Tabletop games continue to hit a wide variety of themes and topics. Sure, we'll always have zombie, Cthulhu, fantasy, farming games filling the shelves at our FLGS, but now and again you hear about a theme and you go, huh, that's different. And most of the time it's really refreshing. I mean, popular culture should always continue to explore new avenues, and board games shouldn't be any different. Creativity, although sometimes a financial gamble, should always be encouraged. On this episode, we're going to talk about a game where the goal is to grow the best tree. How's that for creative? Kodama the Tree Spirits is a card-placing tree-building game for 2 to 4 players designed by Daniel Solis and published by Action Phase Games. Players are caretakers of the Kodama, tree spirits that live in the healthiest trees in the forest. Taking place over 3 rounds, you place branch cards to build trees with different features to score points based on sets of those features. At the beginning of the season, there is a decree revealed, which sets some sort of exception as dictated by the Guardian of the Forest. This will change some aspect of scoring or other game effects, and this adds more replayability to the game for sure. The next is the main phase of the game, the growing phase. In this phase you will choose a branch card available to all players on the display and place it off your starting trunk. You have to connect a card to your tree following a few placement rules. Part of the branch that extends off the side has to touch the bark of an existing card. Basically you have to continually grow your tree. When you place a new card, you can only touch one other card in your growing formation, so you make sure you try not to move any ones that are already placed too. You can never hang over the edge of the table, and most importantly, you can't cover up what is known as a feature on each of the branch. Features are actually how you score your tree. On a branch card, you'll see a number of art additions to the branches. These are fireflies, caterpillars, stars, clouds, flowers, and mushrooms. During the next phase is when you score your tree. You look at the features of the card you place, and you score 1 point for every time that feature makes a continuous line from the branch down to the trunk as far as you can go. So basically, you look at the features on the card you just played, and any that are repeated on previous cards that it touched will score. In this example, only mushrooms will give you 5 points. In a round, everyone does the growing phase 4 times, and then you move on to the Kodama phase. During all this, you've had 4 Kodama cards in your hand, and you will now choose which of those Kodama will leave in your tree and score them for that round. On that card is one of the adorable Kodamas that wants to live in your tree, and now it's your job to pick the best one. On the bottom, they have some sort of condition to meet and how it's scored. Hopefully, as you were playing branch cards, you had this card in mind because you want to be able to score the maximum amount of points for that card in that round. A lot of the game is trying to pick which one you're going to play for that season. At the end of fall, the game is over, and the person with the most points is the one who won and has built the best tree for all the Kodamas to live in. Simple rules, decent strategy, that's firmly where this game lies. The entire game you'll be trying to make the best choices with the cards you have to build your little tree and make little lines of adorable mushrooms and bugs and clouds. I mean, what's not to like here? It's a nice, calming family game that's perfect as a build-up for an all-day gaming session or a cool-down, or like during your lunch break with a friend. The most important part of games with simple rule sets like this is, are your decisions interesting enough? And I feel like this game succeeds at that, because the entire game you will be second-guessing if you place the best branch combination to score the most points you can. The game is pretty non-confrontational. The only real interaction you have with the player is taking a branch card maybe that they had their eye on, but any type of take that mechanic would feel out of place here thematically. You get that nice, calming zen feeling when you're playing a game like Sushi Go or Tokaido. Overall, the presentation is great, the gameplay is solid, and if you're looking for a light game that would appeal to a wide variety of people, I highly recommend it.